Hey everyone, this is Rosemarie from the Unfinished Lesson, and this is another Quick Win series. In this particular series, we're going to be looking at how to find a balance between routine and flexibility. So, what do I mean by this? Well, we need to have both. If there's never any routine in our lessons, students, they're not quite sure what to expect. It takes up a lot more of our brain power. But we also need flexibility because we're dealing with humans. So I remember when I was just starting to teach, I was doing some practicums, and one teacher had jokingly said, I'd love teaching if it wasn't for the students. And on the one hand, I mean, it's a little sad to hear that, but on the other side of things, I can kind of understand where the teacher was coming from. We have these great plans, we know exactly what we're going to do, and then our student comes in and it's not going to happen. We've all been there. So how do we make this happen? Well, the first thing is we can set up a lesson warm-up routine. A warm-up routine, it's going to help our students get into that piano lesson headspace, right? We want to make sure that regardless of what was going on before lessons, that we can get them focused on piano. And the best way to do that is to have a routine at the beginning that our students know that this is what we're going to do, and then we're able to automatically do all the other things we need to do. It also really helps our neurodiverse students for them to feel like they're in a safe place. Routine is incredibly important if you have students that are, for example, on the autism spectrum, but it's not just students that have autism or that are autistic, depending on how your student prefers to be referred as. It's a lot of students, and so we want to make sure we give this warm-up routine that all of our students can feel stable and secure. It also is a lot easier for us. We've all been there. There are weeks or days where we just want the lesson to go easy, right? Whether things didn't go well that day or we're just tired, having a routine to start the lesson also helps us get into the headspace of, okay, now I'm teaching and this is what we're going to do. And I kind of mentioned this before, but life happens. And so whether it's us or our students or their families, we need to be flexible. So sometimes our students, it's been a rough day. They come into lessons, they're angry, or they're frustrated, or they're sad, or they're just burnt out. And we need to take that into account. So how can we help them? Well, we can ask them, what do you want to start with? Right? This is the easiest way we can do this. If there's like 5 things we would like to get to in lesson, then if normally we do technique to start off with, maybe we do music lab instead. The student may appreciate being able to do a digital escape room or getting off the bench and doing something else. What we also want to do is be a little proactive. So our warm-up routine is important, but we want to change it up throughout the year. One of the ways that I do this is I like having a theme for the year. And once that theme has happened, or once I've announced it, approximately every 2 months or so, we switch focus. This can be everything from going from era to era. When we were traveling through time, we've traveled the world, and so we've gone to different continents. It can be things like you're going to do more improvisation because then you want to do composing after that, if those 2 things are new in your studio. Whatever it is, just be proactive and know that your warm-up routines will change throughout the year. We don't want to change them from week to week, but every month, 2 months, works out really well. It just means that our students don't go from we're in the right headspace to just tuning us out. All right, before you go on with the rest of your day, here's what I would like you to do. Write down 1 or two very short activities that you can do as a warm-up routine in your studio. Now, whether this is technique, whether it's improvisation, whether it includes asking your student how their practice went, whatever it is, just write it down. That's what you're going to use for the first few weeks of your lessons. And then when you do your planning time, which we're going to talk about in a later video, you can use that and build on it. All right, I hope you have an incredible day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.